Hey guys, Stealth here, welcome back. It's episode 16 of the 1940s Germany campaign, and we have an opportunity to strike the King George V. This is a Hannibal-class battleship. The 1940s tag says that it's been updated. Now, interestingly, this is a different type of battleship, because I don't believe that the battleships that we've seen so far were a mere $118 million. Mere, of course, being a bit of an odd phrase. I mean, 118 million is expensive, but the battleships usually run at 160 million. Now, this ship has a pretty low speed, at 26 knots top speed. I suppose that that's going to give them a very good turning circle, and they got the Natal, a heavy cruiser of the Cochrane class, which is going to be escorting them. I have 4 destroyers. One of these is one of my new destroyers. This is the gunboat. This is the V-31. They have 15 5-inch guns. They can potentially hose down the heavy cruiser with their 15-inch guns and set as many fires as possible. Many bulkheads, however, on the part of the heavy cruiser are going to make that more difficult. In the meanwhile, the 23, the 26, and the 3 are armed with their 24-inch torpedo tubes, and they will engage the battleship. The battleship has standard bulkheads, meaning that it'll be more susceptible to getting flooded. Off screen, I have already sunk the heavy, no, not the heavy, the battlecruiser Superb using those 24-inch torpedoes, and they are a joy to use. They do an immense amount of damage. I'm going to detach this gunboat destroyer. Here you can see it in all its glory. It has triple fives there, and there, here, and here. So whether I'm engaging from the bow, whether I'm sort of running away, or whether I'm broadside, I can deliver quite a lot of fire. It is firing HE shells, mostly. They reload every 10 seconds. They don't do a lot of damage, although 88's no joke. And they fire incendiary shells, or as the game still calls them, incendiary. Now, since this is a different type of destroyer, I'm going to remove that from the div. And there. That means that the 3 can join that division. There we go. So we got this guy sailing solo, and with its torpedo tubes at 21 kilometers. She can also pitch in. The torpedo speed is fairly even. Hold on. Oh crap, these haven't been updated. One of them has. One of them has. The others have not. Okay, that changes the whole deal, because that means I have to get closer than I would like. Okay. Not necessarily ideal, but we might be able to make it work. Don't avoid any collisions, because you're fine. This new destroyer can race around at 39 knots. I am paying for that, because these things are 25 million versus my regular destroyers, which are half the price. That battleship is definitely putting out a lot of fire. Come on, people. Normal formation. That is the heavy cruiser. That, I believe, should be your target. Could you not hit me, please? What's your range? 10-4. Smoke. The heavy cruiser is doing exactly what it should be doing, which is shielding the battleship. And probably doing more than that. It's probably going to try and torpedo my formation, while the battleship makes its escape. We're gonna torpedo this guy. It has to go. And if I can eliminate a heavy cruiser... Oh, crap. There we go. If I can eliminate a heavy cruiser and then either re-engage, or potentially later sink the battleship, or just disengage, it will be a victory anyway. Now, the new V-31 is crewed by cadets, so we cannot really expect too much of them. This heavy cruiser's in for a bit of a rough surprise. It has detected the torpedoes, but whether it can avoid such a swarm remains to be seen. Of course, the answer is yes, because it's an AI ship. Although, the AI has a tendency to overcorrect and still sail into a bunch of torpedoes. That's 2 on your stern, 1 on your bow, and that could very well eliminate that cruiser. I believe that you have just spent all of your torpedoes torpedoing my other destroyer, which has a phenomenal turning circle. And the Natal is flooding. She is gone. That is 32 million. Which is pretty cheap, actually, for a heavy cruiser. Why are you so cheap? You got Crypt 4 armor, anti-torp 3, triple hull bottom, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood 2. Ah, they skimped a bit on the Citadel. Their gun reloading is semi-automatic, so it's not bad. Reduced ammo for the torpedoes, coincidence 3 rangefinder, but a generation 2 radar. Sonar 3, advanced radio. Why are you so cheap? What sort of engine do you... Oh, you got turbines. That's the deal. You got turbines. Okay, that makes sense. Now then, we can reload the torpedo tubes. And we can have another go at the battleship. It's going to take me some time to reload. That's fine. I still have the torpedoes from the V-31. These run at 21 kilometers. They're only 18 inches. But hey, we've already sunk the ship, which was essentially more heavily protected against torpedoes with its many bulkheads. Anti-torp 3. I think the battleship might have anti-torp 4? 5! Wow. Anti-torp 5, look at you. Regular trained crew. It is one of the cheaper ships. Have we seen this build before? Yeah, it seems to be their standard build, but they somehow made it cheaper? I don't know. 173 meter turning circle? That's less than a destroyer. What the hell? Okay. Jesus. Now, if I wanted to, I could disengage now, and I would have a win. But of course, I want to try and re-engage and eliminate that battleship. Now, these torpedoes reload fairly quickly, but require closer range. Let's turn you that way. The V3 has the better 24 inchers at 22 kilometer range, but they're faster. So trying to get some sort of cross-torp going with this formation is going to be a bit harder than I would like. Is there any particular direction you're sailing? Yeah, just away from me. At speed 26 knots. So catching that guy should be fairly easy. Outweighting its shells, not so easy. It's got a load of those. What's your chance to hit me there, sir? 1.5%. Fine. I can just have this guy spin in lazy circles for now, while the real killer group moves in. Yeah, this is gonna take me a while. Now, after taking some damage on my destroyers, it wasn't that bad. But I wanted to keep, at the very least, the 31 alive, which took quite a bit of damage. The rest of them, well, the V3, which was the only updated gunboat, it didn't really have the torpedoes that I wanted for the rest of the DDs, so I decided to leave. I did sink the Natal. I did gain 817 victory points, and, well, I'd say it's a victory. Because the Brits just lost another heavy cruiser. They are down to 31 ships, which means I have just overtaken them. The real question is, how long is that going to remain true? Because the British are most likely going to be cranking out new ships just as quickly as we are. And with a serious naval budget of 456 million and 217 million versus my own, they have more than twice the naval spending that I have. They have a slightly smaller crew pool, which I think also means that they're going to have less crew training currently running. Otherwise, their crew pool would be gaining more people. Now, I want to start building my own torpedo spammer. I have taken too many losses to torpedoes, and I'm kind of done with it. So we're going to go with a modern light cruiser. It's going to be ideally not too expensive. And I think just spamming a couple of torpedoes and then getting out would be ideal. So I'm going to try and make it pretty sleek, pretty easy ship in the sense of construction. It's not going to have the most modern equipment. It's maybe not even going to have a radar, because I don't feel that a torpedo spammer is going to need that. Its main armament is going to consist of a couple of 24-inch torpedoes. Actually, I would like to put them there. But in this current configuration, I don't believe that they can turn. You might be able to see the color there, let's say above the torpedo launcher as I'm looking at it now. I am colorblind. No, that does not mean I don't see the world in color at all, as some people seem to think. But it makes it very difficult to see for me whether these torpedo tubes can rotate or not. I don't believe that they can at the moment. Anyway, if I set the beam to normal, can they... Yeah, I believe that like this they cannot turn because it's slightly darker. Like this they can turn. And if I want to make the ship cheaper, I can just make it smaller. Because we were paying 23 million before, we're paying 21 million now. Main tower doesn't like it. Bit of 4-weight offset going on. I would love a torpedo launcher there. So we can spam 15 torpedoes so far. Well, actually, we're not going to carry an increased load. I've never really had to fire more torpedoes. Oxygen fueled. I want the ship to be protected from torpedoes itself. It's not a great spot. Okay, yeah, of course, these things have grown. Reload's 1800 seconds, so that's about half hour. This reloads in 1500 seconds. That's slightly better. So now I can pump out 16 torpedoes per side. My roll is absolutely atrocious at 100. Because everything is off-center. If I try putting them all on the center, I think we're not going to be able to mount nearly as many torpedo launchers, though. Or we'll have to turn pretty broadside. This is going to mess with my pitch a lot. 57. Yikes. Yikes. This is pretty expensive for a torpedo spammer, 26 million. What about using the different hull? The Light Cruiser 5. This is essentially a really big destroyer. A destroyer coming in at 7,700 tons. Maybe I can make it work here, because we got the enhanced cruiser tower, which is far smaller. 500,000 only. I can have a very small rear tower. And we're going to make it standard quarters, of course. Oil. Gear turbines ought to be enough. We're not going to go anywhere. I'm going to do a casual 35 knots. I'm going to make it smaller. We're paying 29 million for it so far. We're going to need a funnel. We're going to need to upgrade the torpedo size so that I know what to keep these things for space. Engine efficiency is pretty shit. Wow. Still bad? Really? Unexpected. If I go for standard turbines, my efficiency is 84%. That's not great, but it'll do. I'm going to put a torpedo launcher right on the bow. We're going to put a not too heavy barbette there. Put some main guns on there. I mean, essentially, I'm treating it as a big destroyer, so I might as well go all the way with that. This is 35 million worth of ship. That has not been upgraded yet. I don't need that many upgrades for it. Sonar would be nice, but we're already paying 37 million. What if I go 33 knots? Ah, that saves me quite a bit. Pitch is still terrible. Why is this tower so much in the way? Ideally, I would put stuff... Oh, it's the lifeboats. It's the lifeboats. Okay. What? Put a funnel there. That's saving me a lot of firing angle. Aft weight offset's a bit bad. Like a lot. Because we're putting 700 tons on the back. Can I put it all the way here? Yep. There we go. And if I put my other funnel here, It's not going to be a pretty ship. It doesn't have to be. It's a torpedo spammer. Torpedo spammers are never pretty. 9.64 weight offset. Pitch 70. Base accuracy. Terrible. Doesn't matter. Because it's not really going to be using a lot of base accuracy. Or any kind of accuracy for that measure. Because what we're doing with this ship is just spamming torpedoes. Just throw out torpedoes and call it a day. That's really all that we're doing. Can I make it sleeker? Save some weight? Pitch 87. 65% accuracy penalty from waves. Doesn't matter for torpedoes though. Accuracy penalty for maneuvering. Slightly higher flooding chance. Increasing... Whoa. Minus 61%. In acceleration. Oh god. Okay. No, I cannot make do with one engine, even with a forced boiler. That's one gross funnel. I go for a hyper. 79. That's not as bad. 4 weight offset's pretty shit though. Push this. No, this thing needs to be pushed back. There. 30% 4 weight offset. 4% 4 weight offset. Pitch 64. The ship's now only 21 million. How about that? And I can spam 12 torpedoes. I like it. I like it. Let's go with anti-flood. If the ship gets hit with a torpedo, it's not that likely to do very well. Turning circle is atrocious. Between unbalanced rudder with auxiliary and this 359. Then again, this thing doesn't really need to get close. It just sails in, throws out its torpedoes, and gets out. It's really all it has to do. Really all it has to do. It's not that hard. If I go 32 knots, engine efficiency jumps to 90%. Pitch, however, gets worse. Yeah. However, it's not as bad as it used to be. Because now we have minus 39% acceleration. But I have 100% engine efficiency, so that kind of offsets it. Electric steering, 254 turning circle. Yeah, pretty easy. Get in there, throw out your torpedoes, get out. That's basically all we're doing. Hold on, is it possible to put my torpedo launcher behind the main tower? It is, it just makes the displacement issue a bit worse. If I put another gun there, nah, that doesn't really help that much. I think it made more sense when I had the tower here and the torpedo launcher in front, so I can still sort of torp ahead. This is 28 tons, this is 157, so putting a turret on a barbette is just going to make it a bit worse. Because then this thing is going to be further to the front. Is it possible to still add a launcher here? 28 offset aft. 34. No, the smallest, please. $16 aft, really? What if I make oops? What if I make that a smaller size? Can I go with a hyper funnel one? No, I want 100% engine efficiency on this thing, especially to offset that pitch issue. Triple launcher. 12. Still too bad. Double launcher. 7. Single launcher? There. Okay, it's not great, but hey, a single launcher could still be annoying. And I can spam 16 torpedoes. They reload every 1500 seconds. And that comes down to 25 minutes. So every 25 minutes I throw out 16 24-inch torpedoes, and I only need to really hit 1 or 2 to eliminate an enemy ship. This thing could be very cost effective for 21 million. Range still 10,000 kilometers. That's pretty impressive. I'm not going to upgrade any of the rest. I don't need to upgrade the guns. I don't need to upgrade a radar because I'm not shooting anything anyway. I can even forego a rangefinder essentially, but those things are pretty cheap anyway. Now you know what? We don't need that. It's fine. Okay. That's the Breslau class light cruiser. As you can see, the historical side of things has gone completely out the window. I'll take 5. Alright, what is this task force encounter? 2 heavy cruisers, the Comet and the Thor, with the V1, the V17, the V7, and the V8. These guys all have 24-inch torpedoes, because they got that higher price tag. It's 13.5 million each. Against the Thetis and the Mars. This is again one of their battleships. It's again one of their improved battleships. And we're going to take it down. That's the plan. They have 7 of them. Let's see if we can make that 6. The heavy cruisers on my part, not necessarily going to be a big part of this encounter. At least not if I can help it. And I'm going to have all DDs in one div, please. The enemy's to the west. Go this way. Slow this div down some. I'm going to keep the heavy cruisers essentially out of this fight. Because I don't want them to get shot at all until there's a light cruiser that needs killing. I'm also considering upgrading these heavy cruisers. Because while they do a good job, I feel that they could do even better if they have better propellant and, more importantly, better shells. Because the shells currently are not stellar. They fire these light shells, and I think that they can do much, much more work. Loose formation is good. Please stop mucking about there in the back. Thank you. Where's that battleship at? There. 30 clicks out. There you are. Okay, nobody torp. Because you're almost in range. Heavy cruisers. Please make your way to the other side of the map, essentially. I'm going to keep these things in a very lazy turn to make sure that they stay around, but not too much. There's the battleship. Alright, we're going to meet the battleship where it's going to be going. I'm not going to try and cross-torp, I'm just going to torp in one big line, and that ought to be enough. Alright, if you could just speed up there, number 8. We can have everybody nicely formed up. Very good. Everybody flank speed. They've now spotted some of my destroyers. 20.4 kilometers out. They have spotted the destroyers and they're going, nope, 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 nope. I don't want to be anywhere near that. Well, that is unfortunate for you, because I do want to get a little closer to get my torpedoes away. Ugh, the battleship's immediately running. Coward. Coward. My torpedoes are fast. Just not that fast. 49 knots. This thing can do 26 something. I want to close in a bit more. Turning circles on these are now 177. Meaning that the torpedo spam that is inevitably coming this way will be detected and swiftly dealt with. The whole fleet's going 32 knots-ish. Whole div. Heavy cruisers move up there. 18 kilometers out. Still running. Damn it, they hit me again. This is kind of the problem with the DDs. Because the longer the campaign goes on for, the more accurate they become. And it's to do with the crew level. Crew training improves, making it that much harder to have an effective torpedo attack. Because they just kill you off before you get an opportunity to shoot back. So I'm thinking the best weapon against a battleship at this point might be another battleship. Hello, torpedoes. There you are. Alright. Away, away. Void off, off. So down. We can squeeze through here. No problem. You're gonna have to turn a bit. Nice torpedo spam there, Thetis. Don't do it again. Very good. Reassembled. You can retreat. You know, in the... Oh crap, you're in the way of the torpedoes. You've got a bit of a rudder issue going on. So with you, I have to do a little bit more anticipating about where the torpedoes are going to hit. There. Okay, you're good. Smoke. I need the heavy cruisers to spot the battleship. Because right now, I can't see it. It can see me okay. I can't spot it very well. Where are you at? There. Yeah, that's there. 17 clicks out. That's definitely the battleship. And then this would be the the light cruiser, the Thetis. Okay. Show me the battleship, because I have a couple of gift packages that I would like to deliver. Urgently. $17 clicks. I'm a bit sad that my destroyers cannot do a better job spotting with Generation 3 radar. They probably don't have a tower that's tall enough to really, well, let's say look over the horizon. And that battleship does. Because it's taller, better tower, or at least taller tower, so more radar capabilities. The heavy cruisers get Generation 2 radar and are more likely to see farther. There you are. More likely to see farther. Not necessarily the best bet to get them closer to the battleship, though. Now, I have time on my side. Because this battle is going to last for 5 hours. If I so choose to. There's the light cruiser as well. Hello. 15 clicks to the Mars. Oof. 7 inchers are pitching in. Oh, that secondary fire. I wonder, can we torp this guy, or is the light cruiser going to spot everything? Smoke. Get the destroyers all in a line. Oh, crap. Yeah, you're definitely going to spot everything. Torpedoes in the water. Big salvo coming in. Go here. Yeah, go here. Don't. I hate that this turns on every time I disband the formation. If it is off for a ship, it should remain off for that ship. Nice torpedo salvo there, bro. Don't do that again. But I know you will. Okay, you can join this, you can join this, and we're back in a group. Anyway, I have to take this guy out. I mean, in general, but also because they're going to be spotting, damn it, the torpedoes that I'm trying to deliver to that battleship. The Mars, which is once again getting away. Unfortunately, their light cruisers are so thin-skinned that my destroyers can gun it down. Heavy cruisers are 21 kilometers out. Yikes. That's a nice salvo you got there. Good try. What's the 8 doing? Ah, crap. They fixed their flooding and they pumped the water back out. Ouch. That's a 15-inch high explosive shell. No, armor-piercing shell, because it overpinned. Crap. Damn it. That's a 6-inch shell from the light cruiser. Hold on. If I torpedo the light cruiser, could accidentally end up hitting the Mars. Okay. What I have now is not a great solution, but eliminating a light cruiser would make it more safe-ish for the rest of my ships. So, let's see if I can eliminate the light cruiser, the Thetis. That's 84 million worth of ship. And it seems that they just torpedoed me again. Confirmed. Yup. You're going to have to turn this way. You're going to have to continue on your course. And you're going to continue that way. Don't avoid collisions. Don't. The 8 still has torpedoes. You can launch at that target if you so desire. I know it's running away, but it's still well inside of torpedo range. These guys are not nearly as good at dodging torpedoes as the battleships are. It's still weird having a light cruiser with a turning circle 717 when the battleship has a turning circle that is a fourth. Yeah, about a fourth. They do have sonar 3. They will detect the torpedoes, most likely a little better. But it's going to still be hard. Oh, you're not interested in launching torpedoes, huh? Okay, fine. In that case, we're going to rejoin the div. And I want to see what my torpedoes can do. I think the heavy cruisers are not going to be joining this fight at all. Here's my outbound salvo. Launching now is going to be a bit of a waste. If I get lucky, I hit 1 on the Mars, causing flooding and slowing her down, potentially causing engine damage. By doing so, making her an easier target for the next salvo. You guys are not allowed to launch again yet. It's going to take these 1200 seconds to reload. So that's 900 seconds is 15 minutes. So this is about 22 minutes. That is detected the torpedoes. Okay, good on you. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Gonna turn? Yeah, they're fine. Salvo was too close together there. 4 detected torpedoes. What? Yeah. Is that just the one? Most likely. Oh, you torpedoed the DD again with a single tube. Cute. Very cute. Can these torpedoes still consistently travel? They might hit the Mars if the Mars continues to make a starboard turn. Please do. That'd be great. That'd be really nice. The heavy cruisers are so far out of this fight. Smoke. Gunning down this light cruiser at... how far? It's 14 kilometers out. Torpedo still traveling. Mars completely changing direction. Now, like I said, I have time on my side, which means the Thetis is going to be out of torpedoes at some point. When she is less of a threat to my heavy cruisers and can be gunned down by them. I mean, eventually, when they decide to catch up to the target, which is going to probably take forever. But hey, I have time. Might as well use it. And the battleship... well, the battleship is not doing a great way running away anymore. Oh, that's their torpedo launch. These destroyers have been much improved with these better torpedo tubes and their better turning circle. Just a far more comfortable ship to attack with. Thetis has 1 more launch of the quad, and she's out now. Okay. What did you torp? The 17? The 1? So the middle of the formation then, huh? Okay, so we're going to zigzag again. That means that they still have their 15 torpedo launchers port and starboard. And a couple of their single launchers, but the rest of them are fine. Heavy cruisers are still 20 clicks out. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa! Almost didn't see that. All back emergency. Please tell me that's going to slow down enough. Oh. Holy moly there. Oh, we made it. But that got a little too exciting. I need to keep a closer eye on the torpedo warnings. These things always get to me much, much faster than I would like. Okay, so that was the last of their quads. Because that was 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedoes. Battleship, 16 clicks out, has less than a % chance to hit me. Are you turning? No, you're just leaving. Light cruisers almost reloaded with their torpedoes. Smokescreen's ready again. The problem with the Thetis is that she's fast, 34 knots. There's the single torp. The heavy cruisers just can't catch up. Oh, that was not a single launch. Was that your side mount? No. It was not. Mars, 16 clicks out. The destroyers have their torpedo launchers reloaded. But again, if I launch, the Thetis is just going to detect it and warn the battleship of the problem. Okay, I'm going to temporarily pause recording here and get back to you when something more interesting happens. Alright, it looks as if the battle is going to be a bit more interesting. Thetis has run out of her last salvo of torpedoes. That is, the salvo in the sense of the quintuple launchers, the 5s. They have sent those against the V1 consistently, and they're now trying to torp the V17 with torpedoes, so I've already taken action to avoid that. The battleship has been constantly moving away, but I suspect that I'll take down the light cruiser pretty soon, meaning that she's going to lose her early detection. She's also lost quite a lot of her ammo. Well, she spent it, not really hitting much of anything. And this is excellent for me, because the heavy cruisers are now engaging the Thetis. They don't have to worry about torpedoes as much, so I should be able to get the light cruiser out of the way, and then engage the battleship. Time is my ally in this encounter. Of course, the light cruiser is not going to go willingly, but interestingly is trying to make a stand. She's trying to close the distance, because this is the AI logic. If I cannot use my torpedoes anymore, I will close in and go for the kill with the guns, which for a thin-skinned light cruiser with almost no firepower to speak of is not necessarily the right call. Because even with a pretty high angle, I can still most likely pen the Thetis. So finally, after about an hour or so, it is the heavy cruisers that are going to make the difference here. And of course, as before, if I don't get the kill on the battleship, then I'd still be happy. Because the Thetis is still a very dangerous ship. And it's an expensive ship to replace. Don't know exactly what the build time is on these things. I can tell you after the battle probably. But it is something that is going to be hard to replace for the British. Despite their serious naval budget. Some decent damage in with the Thor, the Comet. The 17 is now starting to throw some shells that way. They just torped me again, I suspect. No, they're torping the cruisers. You did torp the 17, though. That's the lead ship of the destroyers. Your rudder's been damaged, but fixed. They just completely ran out of ammo. And they're now running. Yeah, there's the torpedo. Several, in fact. Yeah, that's the last broadside salvo that they have. So, I've patiently outweighted an entire light cruiser's worth of torpedo. And that means that they are now shit out of luck. Because now you cannot torp me anymore. Now it is my time to torpedo. Ah, damn it. That was not their last shot just yet. Still one more. Maximum starboard turn. Please tell me this is going to work. Please tell me she's not going to hit me with the last torp. I really don't want her to. No, throw your ass into that torpedo. No. No, 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 no. No! Ah. Oh, that sailed right onto the keel. Ooh. Like that must have just missed the rudder. Ooh. Almost messed that up still. Okay. We're good. You're not so good. Mars. 15 clicks out from the battleships. So about 15 still from the DDs as well. Okay, Thetis. What are you gonna do now? Not much, huh? I gotta be a bit careful with the heavy cruisers because they don't really stand too much of a chance against the Mars. I suspect they can pen them anywhere. Well, they can pen them on the stern and superstructure. So that's pretty good. Switch to high explosive. I think we can just pen this thing with high explosive all over. HE, please. That's the 7 inches from the battleship that are now throwing shells at the Comet. Okay. Full pens. Ammo detonation. Flooding. Everything on this ship that could be damaged is getting damaged. And is she dead? Go on. Go on. Wow. How are you not flooding? Thank you. Took longer than expected. Right. Now my battleship is exposed. Exposed. She's still running though. If she's gonna shoot back, I'd rather have her do it against a heavy cruiser rather than my destroyers, because my destroyers cannot take 7-inch shell fire, and the heavy cruiser can. 0.8. You know what? If you're not shooting back, then I essentially get free shots with the heavy cruisers. And if that's what you want to give me, that's what I will take. And meanwhile, the destroyers get into a better position, ideally sideways onto the battleship. Because at this angle, if I torp, she just turns to starboard and dodges everything. Oh, that's main firepower. That's main guns. You're firing at the Comet, right? Yes. Main target's the Comet. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Still have AP shells left. Those AP shells are no joke. They can still do quite a lot of damage. With pens, with overpens, they're dangerous. Some light fire damage, but really, I doubt it's going to do much. Oh, actually, it's the only thing that is doing damage at the moment. Ooh. That was a 7-inch shell that hit me. Just imagine what a 15-inch shell is going to do. Comet. You're out of range. Yeah, you're out of range. Okay. Auto-select, please, Comet. 13 kilometers out. I don't really know how to speed up this process of hunting down the battleship. I guess I'm just gonna have to be pretty patient with it again. Where are your shells going, sir? That's not at the battleship. That's at the battleship. That's at the battleship as well. Good. Comet range? 15.4. So you can... Yeah, they're starting to fire HE now. 3 fires raging. With fires, I can also slow the battleship down further. Because she can do 26 knots normally, but the more fire damage you take... Well, the more damage in general, the slower the ship will be. So damage and stability. They got a pretty decent chance to do a lot of damage. But they're running a little low on shells. Get 106 on the AP side and 168 on the HE side. Regular trained crew versus my regulars. Yeah. Range 13-1. Shoot, 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 shoot. 25-4. She's definitely slowing down. Not quickly, but hey. Just annoying the shit out of this battleship. Which is one way to kill it. 12-9. Ah. Nice try. Structural integrity, 92%. They got 2 fires, 3 fires, 4 fires. Damage control is going to hate me for this. Good. Problem is, I don't have too many HE shells left. I don't have the capacity to keep this up indefinitely. Why are my DDs going so slow? They're limited to 32 knots because of the V1. Yeah, that's the problem. Got sonar, right? Sonar 1. So they will see the torpedoes pretty soon. Wait, 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 wait. Are you turning? You're turning? That's not something I like. That is really not something I like. Smoke. Right now, because they're engaging the destroyers. Destroyers, go broadside. Prepare to torpedo the Mars. Target 9-kilometer range. Estimated speed 24-9. 8 kilometers out. Formation spread should be decent for the torps. She's turning again. Hold off on the torps. She's zigzagging. Shit. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't launch the torps yet. She's now also taking HE fire from the destroyers. Rudder damaged. Briefly. Oh! That's bad news. Okay, I cannot wait any longer. We're gonna torp this guy. Torpedoes away from the 17. Torpedoes away from the 8. Might not be able to catch the Mars. But at least I'll have sunk the light cruiser. 1. Also torped. More flooding on the 8. Oh, crap. DDs, get out. Get out now. Heavy cruisers, don't bother. Let this guy get torpedoed, ideally, and then we'll leave. If I can put this thing in dry dock for a month or 2, that would also be a win. But the V8's not going to survive this. No, 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 no. I don't have any smoke screens to cover her up either. Please tell me at least I'll hit something. She's now detected the torpedoes. V8's down. The Mars turns on a dime. That's 43,000 tons that just turned on a dime, and all the torpedoes are going to miss. Damn it. I cannot wait until my H-class battleships come off the line. She is running low on shells. Hold on. With a 7-inch shell, how likely are you to pen me? Let's say 10,000 meter range. 6.3 inches of armor pen. I don't have the ammo to take this thing down. Because I have the armor to tank the shells. But I don't have the firepower to take it down. I just don't have the ammo for it. Anyway, I traded 1 destroyer worth 13 million now for 1 light cruiser. I think that's not a bad trade. Oh, now you're chasing me? Please, cease fire. It is tempting to still go after this guy, but I think it's too dangerous. Almost out of main ammo. I've done 5-5, they've done 7-6. Yeah, that's a skewed number because the destroyers always take a load of damage when they get hit. They just take a lot more damage. Guy has 68 AP shells left and 10 HE. 6 HE. If I go to 5,000 meters, that thing's going to pen 11 inches of armor. That's more than I have. Well, not by that much. Can we do it? We might. It's a 63 million heavy cruiser versus a 118 million battleship. Partial pen. 54 shells left. The 4 and the 3 inchers I'm not too worried about. They're going to set some fires, but I have maxi bulkheads. So I should be able to put out those fires quick. 52 shells. Sadly, none of my destroyers have torpedoes left. Well, the 7 does, but she's 150 kilometers away. Because I told her to leave. So that's exactly what she's been doing. Got 44 main shells. 38. Ricochet. At what range do I become dangerous to them? Like, when can I pen main belt? Because that's 20 inches of armor and change. 5,000 meters-ish. Okay. Okay. Oh. Not great. 16 inch or 16 main inch shells. Come on. Empty your guns. 6. Fire. Main guns are empty. Congratulations, you now have less firepower than a heavy cruiser. Now I'm gonna kill you. Slowly. Very, very slowly. We're gonna expend all of our HE ammo first. So far as we still have any. Update, we don't. So it's AP all the way. Rudder damaged. Blocked, 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 blocked. Ceasefire. Get to a better position. The Mars is down to 74% structural integrity. The heavy cruisers that could. I need you to ricochet less. Mars, I need you to angle less. Range 7.7, 7.5. Angle. Decent. Fire. Thor is down to 156 shells. Comet still has 391. Partial pens. Yeah, I want HE on all the secondary guns. HE. Structural integrity, 72%. Destroyed a secondary gun. Excellent. Please tell me that was a 7-incher. No. %71% structural. Gonna angle again. Ceasefire on mains. 70% structural. Maintain secondary pressure. Just keep putting fires on her if you can. Kinda doubt it. We got thousands and thousands of shells for that, so whatever. Flooding? Wait. What the hell? With a 3-incher? How? 5,000 meters out. It's 7 inches of pen? With a 3-inch gun? Holy crap. Okay. Main can now pen 5,000 meters out. 21 inches of armor. So if they don't angle that well, they're gonna be taking main belt damage. I should be able to pen that. And my armor can sustain hits from their secondaries for quite a while. Flooding. Wow. Time is my ally there, buddy. Not yours. Rudder damaged. Yeah, we keep hitting the stern of the ship. Look at the Thor. Bruised and battered. But definitely doing it. Looking for a better angle before I allow the main guns to fire again. Like this. Like this. Exactly like this. Turn more. 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 41, 42. Fire. 43. Gotta be careful not to angle too much. Ricochet is going back up. Structural integrity on that ship is down to 58. What I'm looking for is pens. Pens and flooding. But at this rate, I'll just gun it down. Like, their structural integrity will fail. Because they just get hit so often. They've been hit 1,000 times. I'm keeping the Thor as angled as I can to prevent those 7-inchers from doing too much damage. Their structural integrity is 40%? 37. 36. 35. They're flooding. Thor's running low on ammo. 31. More flooding. Yeah, I'm not going to end this battle, buddy. I'm going to kill this ship. 28% structural. 27. Bit concerned about my range with the Thor. 26. Turn. Comet, split, you keep going. I'm not trying to ram it, I just need to make sure that the Thor doesn't take too much damage from those 7s. Careful. Don't fire the friendly. Well done, Comet. Well done. You got 60 shells left there, Thor. Make him work. Boom! Fuck you! Ammo detonation. 8-inch aft belt ammo detonation. Heck yeah. Lost one destroyer. Killed a battleship and a light cruiser. Heavy cruisers pulled through. Wow. Damage dealt 1,400. Damage dealt 6,500. One ammo detonation. Sorry, 2 ammo detonations, in fact. Look at the Thor. Good lord. This thing's going to take 25 months to build. And their light cruiser, 11 months. They lost 118 plus 84 million, so let's give it a general 200 plus million worth of ships. And I have lost 13 million. Heck of a day for the German Navy. Heck of a day. What? We are winning? No. The loss of that battleship really hit them hard. The problem is, I still want to get the rest of my fleet out. And I don't think I have 22 months to get the rest of these ships out. Especially if I sign a peace treaty now. No. I'll try to drag this out a little longer, but at some point I think the British are just going to surrender. Which I don't want them to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon for the next.